Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel English in a Blink. And as you already know, we're doing a series on tenses. And yesterday we finished our present tense. So we've looked at all the 4 tenses that comprises of present tense. So we looked at present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous. And today we start with past tenses, which are also called as narrative tenses. Why do we call them narrative tenses? Any ideas? Yes? Does it ring a bell? Narrative, narration, past, bring them all together. And yes, so I know that you know that we call them narrative tenses because we use past tenses to narrate. And what do we narrate? So we can tell stories, we can tell our anecdotes, we can tell what happened with us. Any and all those sorts of things, and that is the reason we call past tenses as narrative tenses. Okay, so whenever something happened to you and you are telling someone, it could be anything that happened to you last night and you want, oh, you know what happened, I was watching television when suddenly whatever. Okay, so whenever you tell someone what happened, whenever you are telling them a story, maybe something about your childhood, so you always use your past tenses. Okay, so all of them together are known as narrative tenses. And today, to start with, I will look at past simple and past continuous, and I will tell you how do you form them, how to use them, and also how do you use past simple and past continuous together. Okay, so I have just finished my series on present tenses. Like I said, if you haven't seen them yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and watch it, and then you come back to see this series on past tense. You cannot miss it, guys. You just can't. Okay, so what do we have to do now without wasting our time? We have to go to our board work. That's right, so let's go. Okay, here we are looking at our past tenses. So to start with, we have our past simple actions in past. All right, so it's something that happened in the past. That's when you use your past simple. So looking at this timeline, which tells you this is your present, and this over here is the action that happened sometime in past. Okay, so how do you form your past tense? You need your subject and then you need your past verb. What do I mean by that? This is what I mean. So my parents arrived yesterday. Okay, so this arrived is a verb, which is the second form of the verb arrive, arrived. This is a regular verb, so we just add ed to it. Okay, so the second form of the verb. Now look at this sentence. He woke up early this morning. Now woke, again, this is your irregular verb. All right, so like I said, we have regular verbs. You just add ed to them to make them into past, but then you have your irregular verbs like wake, woke, woken. So this is your irregular verb, and again they have their own pattern. They don't follow the rules, so that's why they are irregular. So second form of the verb is what you use in your past simple. Now how do you make your negative in your past simple? By adding didn't. Now look at this. My parents didn't arrive yesterday. Okay, now one thing that you have to pay attention is whenever you're making your negative sentence by adding didn't, the verb that you're using is going to be the infinitive verb. All right, first form of the verb in your negative sentence. Do not make the mistake of saying didn't arrived. It is absolutely incorrect. Lots of my students do that. All right, and just by looking at me, they are reminded, oh sorry, we made a mistake. So arrive and not arrived. Now how do you form your question? Again, you need your question word at the start. Did my parents arrive yesterday? As you can notice with this as well, you need your infinitive verb and not the second form. Okay, always remember that when you're making your negative and whenever you're making your questions, infinitive verb in past simple. Okay, moving on to past continuous. As the tense already says, continuous, so something that was in progress at some time in past. All right, do not forget that. And how do you form that? You need your subject, you need your was verb. I was, he was, she was, and we, they, you were. Okay, so that's what I mean. So was, and then you need your verb, that is infinitive verb. If I will write that, infinitive verb and ing. So she was cleaning all morning. So this is what she was doing, temporary action somewhere in the past, which was in progress. She was cleaning all morning. How do you make your negative? By adding not, or the contraction wasn't. So she wasn't cleaning all morning. All right. So in continuous, past continuous, you need your not, and that's it. And similarly, question word here, was she cleaning all morning? So you need your was at the start, and then she, which is your subject, verb, and all morning. Okay, this is your question. Now, like I said at the start, I'll tell you how to use these two tenses together. And why do we use these two tenses together? Always remember, when you use your past continuous and past simple together, past continuous always sets the mood. Here, like it says, I was sitting on my sofa watching the movie when I heard noise. So what happens? It sets the background, which is your past continuous. I was sitting on my sofa watching the movie, and then a past simple that interrupts. When I heard the noise. And this is exactly what happens when you use these two tenses. So like I said, these are your narrative tenses. So you use them to tell a story. And past continuous, you start with past continuous. I was walking on the beach, listening to this noise of the birds when suddenly I heard a bang. Okay, so past continuous sets the background, sets the mood, and past simple interrupts the action. Okay, and this is how you use them together. So thank you very much for watching. I hope I have made these two tenses clear for you. And don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to press the bell icon.